mic on you, is that okay?
Unless you go to Lebanon or go to Babaskan or go out in the jungle, you might find one, you know, but I don't think you're going to find one not out in this madness. You know, they're all working for you. She knows that, you know. Sure she does. Sure she knows it. She knows there's only one. It's got nothing to do with me personally. When I got out of jail last time, she come up and she said, can I hang around you? I told her, no way. She says, why? I said, every time I let you around me, I end up in jail. Put you back in jail.
This was in 67?
Yeah, this was in 67.
You knew her before then?
I knew her in dreams. Her daddy's a rocket scientist. He makes rockets and Boeing aircraft. And I met her on a street corner. She didn't have no place to stay. Her parents kicked her out, you know. And I knew what her heart was and where she was running and what she was doing, because that's an old garbage can to me. I've run through that before. So I told her, no way. And she said, I won't put you back in jail if you don't break the law. If you break the law, you put yourself back in jail. And that's true, you know. So I said, all right. So I said, you give me your word as your bond, and your bond is your life? And she said, yeah, I give you my word, you know. I said, okay. So she hung around for a while. And the reason that there was a lot of girls around that place is because I play music. And I play pretty good music.
Do you play music now?
No, these jealous snake that's on top of me are lacking in manhood. So they don't want nobody like me to live. They do their damnedest to kill me every day they get the chance, you know.
You're not allowed a guitar then?
No, I'm not allowed anything.
Do you miss the music?
Yeah, that's what I live for, music, yeah.
How long has it been since you played?
Quite a while. They let me touch it every once in a while, but they don't want me to play. It's like everybody wants the attention. I don't want the attention. I just like to play music.
Why are you doing this interview, Charlie?
Because I can get another roll of film and send it down to Bogus, and I owe him a little something.
Is that the only reason?
And that my old lady's in Miami, that she's in Florida.
What has that got to do with it? What has she been...
She'll see this, and she'll know that I'm still where I'm at in relation to here.
You call Squeaky your old lady. Does that mean you have a romantic relationship with her?
No, I don't play all that, you know, she's just a friend, what you would call a friend. She does what she wants. I do what I want. She's just a person. They say that I was a leader in a family of people, which is bull. That's bunk. I had a lot of friends because I play a lot of music. A lot of people like my music. And we were all friends. There was no such thing as follower, leader. There was no leaders or followers. There was just people, intellect, intelligence. There were people, intelligent life forms. And there was a bunch of kids who were working out their problems for that particular time in that particular space. And each had to do what they felt they had to do for the problems that they were working on, which really had nothing basically to do with me. I'm not of the 60s. I'm not a generation of the 60s. The 60s were little kids to me. The Beatles were like punk rock is to you. That's what the Beatles was to me. They, you know, that's not my era. My era was Bing Crosby. I'm 53 years old. I'm not a teeny bopper. But all the kids, they would come to me and say, we got no place to go. And I'd say, well, I got no place to go. You know, so they were throwaway kids, and I was a throwaway kid.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Tell me, if you could describe your childhood in a couple of sentences, how would you describe it?
I didn't have a childhood.
Tell me a little bit more. Tell me more.
I went to reform school in '43, and I've been fighting ever since.
Was it as bad as you describe in the book that was co-authored by Newell Emmons?
That wasn't my book.
That wasn't your book.
No.
But what about the parts describing your childhood and your experiences in reform school?
That was
I've been hearing this for the second time.
So
the
part about that school in Indiana, that's not true, how you were treated?
Bits and parts of it are true, and bits and parts of it aren't.
Give me a hint.
he gets little information from other people. And anybody that wants to tell him something, and what he wants to believe, and what he feels will sell to the public, then that's what they'll write.
Okay, well, let's not talk specifically about that book then. Tell me how you would describe how bad it was for you in these reform schools.
A child don't know what bad is.
Well, he says in the book that you were raped, that you were beaten constantly.
Come on, man.
That's not true.
That's what he would like to believe. But
So,
ain't nobody can do that.
Oh, no.
So you didn't have a lousy childhood then?
Yeah, I had a terrible childhood. But I'm from here.
In other words, it didn't get to you?
No, I've never sold out. They've never beat me.
I have no idea what you're babbling about.
You don't fool me. I am Alfred Ashford, commander of this base.
Oh? You must be one of Umbrella's lower level officers if you're in command of a backwater base like this one.
Oh, got him. Got him, idiot.
Ashford family is among the world's first and finest. My grandfather is one of the original founders of Umbrella Inc.
Shut up, twat. Shut up, you twat.
Now tell me, why have you attacked this installation?
Attack?
Shortly after you arrived, my base was attacked. You must have informed your people of its location.
I still don't follow you. I really don't know anything about that.
Unacceptable! How can you deny? My base has been destroyed. And thanks to you, the experimental T-virus was released, creating countless zombies and monsters. Tell me, who do you work for? Who sent you? Have it your way, then. You're just a rat in a cage anyway.
Ooh.
I'll be sure to keep you entertained before I dispose of you.
Whatever, dude.
I haven't been beaten.
Tell me about your terrible childhood.
The child doesn't know what terrible is.
You don't want to talk about it, I
I'm
think.
telling you, a child doesn't know what terrible is.
Give me
What
a little
is terrible,
bit. Give me a
man?
little description of it.
What is terrible? You know, terrible. What does that mean, terrible?
I don't know. You used the word, so I'm trying to get you to
No, I
describe
didn't.
it.
He used the word in his book. I didn't. I'm not a sniveler. I don't cry. I don't snivel. I don't look for excuses to get off on other things. You know, I accept my position and I hold it.
Let me ask you something. How do you spend your days now, since you're not allowed to play music? How do you spend your time in jail?
Setting.
Just sitting?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else? Do you read?
No.
Do you walk?
No.
At one point, I read somewhere that you were making dolls. Is that
I do.
true?
I make little dolls, yeah.
Tell me about that.
I just started taking string and making little dolls and bugs and spiders and little, it's a new art form. I created a new art form.
Anything else like that? Any other things that you do in jail?
Yeah, I run
Really?
an
You
underworld.
don't say. Guess what
You
I
run an
have?
underworld in jail. Tell me about that.
That's what
You don't see it?
Yeah. What?
I fly birds. I look out for wildlife. I'm trying to redeem my trees. I have an organization called ATWA rolling now, trying
No, let's just
to
leave it at
redeem life on the planet Earth from the
Holy shit.
people that destroy it.
It's a submarine.
Tell me more about
Let's
that.
go.
Who's destroying the earth and why?
The things that we do as human beings that are accepted and called right 100 years ago have changed. Years ago we could cut down trees and we could afford an exuberant lifestyle. We can't afford that no more. We're running out of atmosphere. We're running out of water. Our water's becoming so poisonous, so polluted, we're not going to be able to drink it. The trees are being cut down so fast. Lumber companies are just... The United States is owned by foreign corporations. Nixon opened it up for foreign trade.
Yeah.
When Nixon opened up for foreign trade, the people of Europe and the common market and Spain and different places, they don't care about the United States forest. And in short, the United States has been sold out
I suppose.
by people who really don't care for anything but money. I've had all the money in the world 3 times. I had to give it back to keep the game going.
What game?
The game. It's a game. Money is a game. It's only real to the people who work for it. The people that don't need to work for money, it's a monopoly game. It's a game of paper. It's all on paper. I've got a production company, and I've got a recording company, and I've got a mansion in Beverly Hills, and I've got Rolls Royces and Ferraris. I've got everything money can buy, but it's all on paper. Everything's done through the companies and through the tax loopholes, and the people that live on that level, they don't care about the average honest mule that just goes back and forwards to work. They don't care about the children that are in the streets that are thrown out of this upper echelon of existence. And then when all the children fall down into me on my level, I pretty much identify with them because I was a throwaway also. So it goes to the point of, do you really care?
When you said...
And who does care? And if anybody cares, they're considered crazy. I've been 15 years in the nut ward for trying to stop the trees from being cut down, from trying to rearrange a lifestyle of a bunch of people who don't want to change. But they're going to change because the cold wind is blowing. You're going to change or there's going to be no life left on the planet Earth. And then there's a bunch of little people that are always trying to play act some sort of importance over the truth about what is rolling on the planet Earth now.
Did you get him? Yeah, please.
Or she might use for me. Or we might use for another one of the friends. And I say old lady.
Let's get back to that talk about God for a minute. Tell me once again, I don't know if we got that. What you were talking about being God's messenger. Tell me that again.
Life is God. All life. Bugs, birds, trees, everything that's alive is God. The sun is God. But we've got God over here on a cross. We've got a dying man over here on a cross, and we're all kneeling down hoping that if we die, there's a better place somewhere else. Well, you got a whole bunch of people hoping that they die creates a hell of a big energy. And I call it a death wish. It's mother's death wish. It's what everybody's going towards dying, like the Vietnam War when they wanted to blow the world up.
And what have you got to do with God once again?
I'm just a messenger of the truth.
God's messenger?
Life's messenger. We use the word God. The God hooks all the other words up. I'm the Pope. I'm 10 times the Pope. I'm 50 times the Pope. But I'm the Pope in the hills and in the mountains. I'm already out of here. This enclosure here, I'm out of here. My body is stuck here, but my thought is already gone.
When you told me you ran an underworld, is that a joke?
No. No, why would it be a joke?
It's not a joke.
No, when your word is good, it's good.
What do you mean by that?
When your word is good, it's good.
What do you mean by that you run an underworld? What do you mean by that?
A little kid came to me a long time ago in McNeil Island, and he said, "Would you teach me how to speak English?" I said, "No, I won't teach you how to speak English. You're too stupid." He said, "I'm not stupid." I said, "Come on, let's go play some handball." So I taught him how to play handball, and I taught him how to speak English, and I taught him how to tell the truth. He lives in Peru.
What has that got to do with running an underworld?
All I got to do is tell him anything I want him to know, and he knows I don't lie to him.
Is that what you did with your so-called followers?
No. Yes, in a proportion, yeah, sure. But I didn't break will. I didn't break the will.
Are you saying that they didn't do anything they didn't want to do?
That's it. That's it. In other words, if I'm with you, whatever you do is your business. I tell you, if you drink out of that cup, you're going to get so-and-so, and you say, well, and I said, well, that's up to you. If that's what you want. If you go ahead and do it, I mean, that's you. I don't break your will.
What did your followers do?
I didn't have any followers. I had some friends.
What did your friends do?
They did whatever they had to do.
And what was that?
Whatever that was.
Did any of your friends kill people?
Sure.
Who did they kill?
They killed lots of people.
Did they kill Sharon Tate and the people that night?
I imagine so. If they said they did, they did.
Did you tell them to?
No.
Let's talk about something else for a minute. Do you ever have any contact with your children? You fathered at least 3 children, right?
I've got a whole lot of children.
Do you have any contact with them?
I got prisons full of children.
Real children.
I'm talking about real ones. They're as real as you can get.
Children that you fathered, you have prisons full of
Every
them.
child of God is a friend of mine.
Charlie, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, do I have any ego children?
Biological
If you and I
children.
have a child, and you take the child off and you raise him to be like you, he's not like me. He's like you.
Are you in contact with any of your
I'm not in
biological
contact
children?
with anyone.
Squeaky Farm.
I'm in contact with everyone.
Are you ever in contact with your mother, your biological mother?
I am my mother.
Play as Green.
Are you ever in contact with any other members of the so-called Manson family, your friends?
The Manson family was a music group. The music group I had was called the Family Jams. And all the girls sang in the music group. And all the guys played in the music group. It had nothing to do with a cult. It was a music group.
Whatever happened to those people? Are you in contact with them?
Sure, they're all doing fine. We're all doing the same as we was doing before. You can never split us apart because we were never together. We were together in soul. We were together in truth. And every one of them knows I've never lied to them. I've never lied to anyone about them or around them. They've never seen me in a lie.
Control lever
Do
is
you ever
missing.
get letters from people?
What?
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the letters you get from people.
I get all kinds of letters from all kinds of people, all kinds of kids, all kinds of people that are lost, people that are needy.
Do you write them back?
Sometimes, occasionally.
What do you tell them?
Hello, hi, how are you?
Do you give them advice?
Advice. It's within.
Do you give them advice?
If that's advice, it's within you.
That's the advice you give. It's within
Well,
you.
Whatever advice is.
I see a shiny. What's that?
Does it?
Hold on.
Do you
What's
get
that? Let me get
visits?
down there.
Do you get visitors?
No.
Never. You're not allowed visitors.
I've got a lot of people standing on me trying to play important. And each one of them takes a little bit until finally I've got nothing left. And I sit in the cell. And then this dummy wants to come and he wants to get his little bit. And this guy, he wants his little bit. And everybody's got their little bit. You dig? And then I'm stuck up underneath. I can't do anything because everybody else is living my life. They're representing me. If all the people that were representing
Give me the
me
shiny.
that quacked in one direction, if they turned around and bowed in the other direction, I'd have every head bowed.
Oh, no.
Because they're doing nothing but representing me.
I'm going to go pick him up with the
Regan's
crane.
court was
Hey, give me
representing
this.
me.
Give me that.
The court that that I was in was Regan's court, was his appointee. He was representing me. Everybody's been representing me.
Let me ask you another way. I've heard that you get a lot of letters and have in the past gotten a lot of visits from kids. Just kids that you don't know. Is that true?
I am kids.
Have you gotten these kinds of visits
Sure.
and letters from kids that you don't know?
Sure.
Why do you think these kids write you?
I'm going to pick
Because
these
I am
guys
those
up with
kids.
the crane.
What is it about you that they...
I am a child.
Oh.
I never grew up. I never lived in your society.
I'm gonna
I never
shoot
went to
these
school.
zombies
I
with
never
a
had a
gun.
mother and father.
Wish
I
I
raised
had
myself.
Oh, Lord.
What do you think
Maybe
it
that
is
the
about you that makes people want to be a part of whatever it is you're a part of?
What's that show? Horseman Bogan?
Everything I do is always
Bogan
brand
Horseman.
new. I'm on the
God.
premise of reality.
He's a
I
military
walk
man.
a real road. I'm a real person.
Oh,
Inside. I'm not a phony. I don't put on no airs. I say what I think.
Come at me.
You see what I'm saying?
Aren't you putting on an air now? Aren't you putting on an act
Well, is
for
it?
me?
When you look it back, see if it's an air. See if where you get it. Someone sees it and goes by and they say, "Hey, how you doing?" I say, "Pretty good. How you be?" Where does it come from? Where does the energy and power come from? Who recharges your battery? You know what I'm talking about.
What the
Isn't
hell?
this an act right now?
What isn't an act? What isn't an act?
So
Look
you
at
put
yourself.
on act.
Are you an act?
Sure, so are you.
All right, then.
So we're all an act,
Well,
right?
what isn't? The only thing that isn't an act is when someone gets killed. And then it isn't an act because people's fear sees it as being real. So the only thing people see as real is fear. So if the people in the underworld are knocking people down
give me
in the
the
streets
ball gun, though.
and breaking their jaws, maybe it's the people in the underworld that want you to see that I am very real and I am on this planet Earth.
Give me the ball gun.
And I am moving for Atwa, my air, my water, my trees, and my wildlife in every way I know how, in every way I can.
Does the end justify the means?
In,
Alright,
there is
so
no
what
end.
am I doing?
There is no beginning. Not in Atwa.
Oh, wait,
There's
I have
only
a card.
redeeming life
What do I
upon
do?
the planet
So
Earth.
what do I do with that?
Does that goal justify any means?
I don't justify or not justify. I lay it out there. What people do with it's their business. If they decide to run up and kill Sharon Tate, that's on
Shining
them.
silver, huh?
Had you let us put on a defense, we could have explained to you why it happened.
Sweet.
Why did it happen?
All right. You take 20 years, 250 district attorneys, 5,000 policemen, everything the news media has got. You put it on one person. And then you come to me and say, explain it away. How can I explain away all the misconcepts in 2 or 3 minutes or 5, 10 minutes? Give me a trial in a courtroom. Give me my rights in a courtroom. And then I'll explain it. I can't explain it just in a few words or in a letter or in a postcard. It's too vast. It's too big. It's circled the world 3 times.
What are you asking for, a new trial?
I'm new. I haven't got the first one yet.
You're asking for a trial,
Just a trial. Just give me my rights. All I want is the same rights that my fathers died for. The same rights that says United States of America. I see Reagan getting up in the United Nations telling the world how human rights are so important and how we should give all the humans rights. And then he turned around and asked him on the darker side, what about Charlie? And say, oh, well, he don't deserve no rights. Well, if I don't deserve no rights, then who does deserve rights? I didn't break no law.
Right now you're coming up for parole. You have the right to come up before a parole board. Do you want to get out on parole?
Parole for what? Parole to where? I want my rights. My rights. You give me a parole every other day. It doesn't give me my rights. If I don't have any rights, he doesn't have any rights. He doesn't have any rights, and you don't have any rights.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah, in other words, if everybody gets equal rights, you got equal rights to the rights I got. And that's to sit down and keep your mouth shut or get your jaw broke. Is that the rights you want?
Do you want to get out of jail?
Out of jail? I've been out of jail since 67. I got out of prison in 1967.
Would you like to get out of prison?
I'd like to get my guitar and I'd like to see my friends.
What would you do if you got out of prison?
Depends on what level I got on.
What would you do if you got out of prison on parole?
On parole, I don't know whether I would accept a parole. Because if I accept a parole, then I have to accept a whole bunch of little people play act importance with my life. I'm tired of other people running my life.
Are you saying that you don't want to accept guilt?
Guilt? What the hell is that? I can do anything I want, woman.
What would you do if you got out of prison?
I'm out of prison. I get out every day. I get out these guys every day. I get out all over. I'm everywhere. I know you're going to lock everywhere up. I'm everywhere, man. Blacks are all right.
How do you feel about Jews?
Jews are all right.
How do you feel about women?
Women okay.
Why do you wear the sign of the American Nazi Party?
That's my Nazi party. That's me.
What does it mean?
It means I've been locked up in here since 1943. That I'm standing behind the judges in Nuremberg.
I think I need a little more explanation than that.
There's a line that the judge sets on. There's a premise of crime that the Supreme Court sets on, that the government and the crosses set on. I have been behind the judge since 1943. In the infinite consciousness of those black robes, I have been on the dark side of the world you people live in for 43 years, a little over 43 years. Juvenile halls, Cook County Jail, Chicago, Indianapolis, D.C., Virginia. I did a lot of time in Virginia, all over the country. I've been in and out of jails. I have nothing against no one unless they got something against me. You come up and say hi, I say hi. You say I like you, I say well I like you. You say well I don't like you, I say well I don't like you. In other words, however you reflect to me is what I'm going to reflect back to you. I don't care what color you are, where you're from, or what you're doing, what race you are. I am me first, and that is Scotch. I'm from Scotland first. That's me. And I look out for that, number one, me. Just like everybody else does.
Charlie, do you resent the fact that you've been in jail practically all your life? And if so, why did you continue to do things that put you in jail?
Split the question, ask one at a time. I can't answer two questions.
Do you resent the fact that you've been in jail practically all of your life?
No, I don't know what resent is. That's a waste of mental energy. It's a waste of time.
Do you feel it's wrong?
Right or wrong, I don't judge. That's what they got guys in robes for. They judge.
Well, I guess then I can't really ask the second part of the question.
Well, what's the second part of the question?
Well, the second part of the question is, if you resent it, then why did you keep doing things to get back into jail? Why did you do so many things to get yourself thrown in jail? You seemed to like it when you were out, according to what I read.
Well, it's because I'm stupid. I really am stupid. I'm smart in some things, but other things I'm dumb in, you know. Probably if you notice, people that tell the truth generally act like they're kind of retarded. Mentally retarded people I can communicate with real good. And decent dumb people, man, we talk like crazy, you know. In other words, I'm all right with those. And kids I'm okay with. But when you get grown-ups, then there's a lot of problems. I don't get along too good with grown-ups. And they get me in trouble. People get me in trouble because I don't have the mental capacity to adjust to the outside. And when I get out there, I'm like a little kid. I'm like a little baby in a lot of respects, you know. That's why Squeaky has fought so hard to get me out, because she knows I didn't break the law. She knows I was used by a lot of different people doing a lot of different things, and that I didn't break the law.
What would you do if you got out of prison?
What would I do? Probably play some music, hit my guitar, and go back out in the desert. I got some trees. I was planting some trees. I got some trees. I did a crazy thing. I planted some fig trees, and I didn't know fig trees take two trees. Did you know that? There's male and female trees? I didn't know that. And I was planting fig trees, and every water hole I'd go would plant one tree. And I figured one fig tree at this water hole would be just right for the water hole. But then I come to the gym, I looked in the book and find out, man, you got to have two fig trees to have fruit. So I got a whole bunch of water holes out there with one fig tree planted. So I wanted to get back out and put plant the other side of that, put the other trees out. I like working in the dirt. I like farm work. I like
One second, things. Charlie.
I like growing things.
I love you, but 1 second. Turn off the desktop audio lest I get copyright claimed for 30 seconds of advertisement, of which I'm making no money. Any reason to shut me down, right? Any reason to shut me down. Look at my mustache. Look at my mustache. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, pacify bitches every day. Oh my god. First world problems, baby. Alright, LSV, my dude. My dog.
There's also Prismatic Vista, which I actually think is very good, but Bribery is just a really messed up card. All right. All you have to do is play Relic on turn 3 and Bribery on turn 4, and you win most of those games. Eldrazi Mage, I haven't played enough Historic to really have an opinion on it. How many cups are on my desk? Currently, there are 3. Resto is nice with conscripts. This much is true. Vintage Cube's ending tomorrow, yeah. Brazen Borrower is actually pretty good in general.
Forgiveness, not permission.
No Madrina's cans right now, no. You can only have one counter on Relic. I mean, you could untap it and put another charge counter on it if you, like, Pestermite it or something. How many cups are next to my desk? Another 5. You're asking the right questions here.
Okay. So what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Dakarai with a 19-month resub. Bam.
That's a pretty big boat.
Brazen Borrower versus Resto. I think I might just take Brazen Borrower. It's just a really solid card. Now I can just take Force of Negation. That's pretty easy with the Relic type decks. It's pretty good. Ooh, now here we've got some decisions here. No problem, Starscream. JVP not looking insane so far. I do like Image. It's especially good with conscripts. Do the Breach can be good. Ulamog in the same pack. I just take JVP. This card has a lot of room to grow.
Oh, damn.
Brazen Bar is kind of like a 2-drop spell, and Relic's kind of like a 3-drop play.
I'm so dumb. Whatever. What are you gonna do, you know?
We're talking about Key Team Cast. Resto and Conscripts is a good combo multiple ways. Hey, level 5 Hype Train. Choo-choo. I don't know what that means fully, but I'm into it.
I'm into it.
Hey, what's up, Corey?
I'm into it.
Classic
like
scam
an
trains.
Igloo with an Inuit.
We've got some scam emotes. You know, speaking of scams, Thing in the Ice is such a scam in Cube. It's just garbage. I think I'm probably going to take Taiga here. Every now and then you splash green. Who knows?
Give me a gun.
Hey, what's up, Caroline? Yeah, we're doing all right, Corey. You know, we're getting through it.
I have a card.
Hope the same is true, too.
Where am I going to find a military training center?
Field Room's, I guess, playable.
I feel like that's like a side quest or something.
I really don't like these options very much at all. I could Bonfire if I get a Brainstorm or something. I could Ramanop since I have Taiga already. Yeah, Ramanop's a card I kind of like splashing every now and then. Yeah, I have not had, obviously, just like everyone else, an opportunity to get a haircut in quite some time.
There's a ladder. Climb down the ladder. Yeah.
It's okay. Gabby's looking forward to when my hair gets like a couple more weeks, and I can put it up in a man bun. She said that would be really good. Ooh, I like Get Probe. It's also really good with Jace too, on multiple ways. Dismember's not bad, but I already have Brazen Borrower and Conscript and Bribery. I have interaction.
Oh, I need another.
Hey, what's up, Paracelini?
Climb the ladder. Sure thing, baby.
Ooh, Emery Wield. I do like Emery. Not good in this deck yet, but Emery has got some capability of being good. Hey, what's up, Flex Retro? 52 months. Flex. What up?
Go back to the land.
Do I think I think I'd do better on Fear Factor probably. I'm not really grossed out by stuff for the most part.
Whee! I gotta eat something. What's wrong?
Yeah, I could see running Thief of Sanity. This card's pretty good. I think Academy Ruins is really bad. I've not had positive experiences with Academy Ruins.
Alright, so I went that way and I did that thing with the whatever. What's this way again? I forgot.
Random duels are
I should
always
go
good.
save the game. Yes. Oh god, oh god.
Nothing wrong with that.
Don't kill me.
Nonsensical
I
too.
know I've been here, but I don't remember.
All right. I mean, this is an okay start, but really we're not going anywhere super special. I guess.
Need a control lever or something?
I'm open to twin. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Hello.
Palace.
All right. I guess I can't complain anymore until the next draft. But here we go.
Sucks.
Also, Lotus makes the bribery pick a lot better. You can just bribery them. Oh, also Emery's probably getting back in there. Ooh, all right. Captain Rats with a 3-month resub. Bam. I'm glad I could oblige.
Prison.
You tried to first pick a Hazard. Weird that BK wasn't cool with that. All right. I guess I'll take Jace. That's also good as Lotus.
Yeah, this is definitely the way I came, but let's see.
This pack. These first couple picks have improved my deck significantly. I will say that. Also, I love Get Probe with Lotus.
Hold up.
Okay, that might sound stupid, but look, here's the thing.
Let's go.
Lotus always sets you up for card disadvantage plays, like you're lotusing out a spell.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you use Get Probe to clear the path or make sure the path is clear, perfect.
I missed that because the
if I could design an Eldrazi, what would it be? I don't know. It's hard to design an Eldrazi on the fly. I would say.
Maybe.
All right, I guess I have to take Mana Drain. That's just no real way about it. Wow, it's a Strip Mine and a DT and all those things, but you know what? Let's just be mono blue. Take out this conscripts. I'm probably going to play conscripts anyway. But, you know.
Cool. So where am I going?
All right, I guess I'll take Venser. If you twist my arm.
To jail.
16 mana when it enters the game and win the game. That doesn't sound like a very good design, to be honest. Mandarani with the 9-month resub, welcome. As we're getting mildly hooked up here. That pack was really good. All these packs have been insane.
Go away.
I mean, I'm actually joking. I'm probably going to play the Zealous Conscripts because I even already have a Coalition Relic, but I think that in a Black Lotus, I guess, but we'll see. Interesting. This might actually be the best Mind Twist deck that I've had in a while. Mana Drain and Lotus are both pretty nuts with Mind Twist. So is Relic, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna Mind Twist here. I don't love the card in general, but this is the deck for it. All right, we'll get Thief of Sanity back in there. We'll see though.
It's so
Nikolai Bowles,
dark.
thank you for the sub. Mystical Tutor. You know, the only thing I guess I like getting Bribery and Mind Twist. Again, hate Mystical Tutor in general, but when you have Lotus makes a lot of cards in your deck good, and that might sound stupid, but it is true. I mean, Tutor's not great, yes. Lotus Bloom sucks. This isn't really a Dark Dweller deck. Arid Mesa's not looking. It's a red-green duel right now.
No.
I guess it's a red-black duel.
No.
God, that's like the weirdest Arid Mesa. That's probably what I want. As funny as that is.
There's no way around these motherfuckers.
Lion's Eye Diamond. I have Lotus. Could backdoor a Yawgmoth.
Bullets. Man,
there's also Time Spiral.
Ready?
2, 3. I mean, I guess technically the Lion's Eye Diamond could wheel. God, this is so weird.
I did it.
Yeah, Beers, I think if you get a nut cycling deck, it's got the highest win percentage of any deck in any limited format in general.
Damn it. Whatever, bro. Go away.
Yeah,
Forever.
Underworld Breach is there too. Gearhulk Mana Drain is like kind of unnecessary. It's not like, bad.
Probably not even supposed to be going back this way, man. It's
yeah, I'm gonna take the Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll see what ends up happening.
Where am I going? Is there a save point?
I might Imperial Seal now. I don't think I'm in a Leovold place. I really don't think Gearhulk's very good. What if I take Imperial Seal? Actually,
yeah, baby.
You know what? Yes, BK. You know what? This might actually still be a Toxic Deluge pick here.
This guy's dead.
As,
I don't have to
as
keep
unfortunate
this
as it is. Intellix, welcome to the Divination. Strip Mine is probably not going to wheel, so I think taking Crucible is probably not very good. Let's just take Imperial Seal. Let's keep combo outs open.
Yeah, I was not.
So this is the pack that could have Breach. Breach was
okay.
pack 2, right?
Still a good time to save.
Yeah, right now I'm not right now I'm not putting Lion's Eye Diamond in my deck. I think I would put Imperial Seal in my deck because I have some good plays to set up, but
limited ammo, limited saves. I like it.
Yeah, this is all
Pressure
nonsense.
Applied, you know?
Yeah, good.
Pressure.
Yeah, Breach was pack 2. I think I might just take Avalanche Riders. I don't think I'm very likely to Bone Shredder. Okay, I think I have to take Breach here. Yeah. Okay, so now what am I trying to do?
What am I trying to do?
Conscript's probably back in. So I'm trying to play like Grixis Breach. Yeah, I don't know if this Avalanche Rider or Conscripts is in yet. But Underworld Breach, I have Imperial Seal, Lotus. I need to find Emery to kind of... What's Ashiok still doing here? I don't know, but I'll take Ashiok. I don't have any lands. That's kind of unfortunate. I guess I could still just be black-blue, and my black mana situation is not so bad. But...
Oh.
Also, Emery plus expensive artifacts or Lion's Eye Diamonds and stuff.
Oh, no. No, not again.
I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. Chitzo. Welcome back to 29-month resub.
Wait, I can maneuver him here. I can juke him here.
Thassa's Oracle is kind of cool. We haven't seen it in this draft now. Late Inquisition, okay. Look, even if I don't end up running the Breach, I still have a very good little blue-black deck here. Yeah, that could be the truth, Fonzie. That could be true.
Oh, no.
Don't I need Brain Freeze?
I suck.
I mean... Oh, I passed the Oracle there, sure. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, we have another pack to go. Unlike other times in drafts when I've forgotten that we have more packs to go, we have another pack to go here.
Oh, no.
How good is Elspeth Conquers Death? Yeah, we took Mana Drain over DT, which, where we've ended up, DT would have actually been better, but is what it is. Black Lotus, did I click the wrong channel? Yes, did you? So what am I trying to do here? Probably take Shelly. There's Time Warp. I like Time Warp and I like Remand. Shelly's pretty nice. Yeah. Carnage. I mean, I like Remand too. Sheldock is a pretty messed up card. Carnage. I'll tell the Carnage story in a second after I decide what I'm taking here. I actually think this is close in like Legacy and Modern Cube. It's not close. You always take Sheldock, but I'm not taking Carnage Portal. It might wheel anyway. I mean, Remand is just so good. Yeah, I'm actually going to Remand here. That's weird. As weird as that seems. Ooh, kind of have to take Watery Grave. Entomb is cute with Breach. But I think I'm supposed to just take Watery Grave here. I just need... Sheldock, I don't think it's going to wheel. The card basically doesn't wheel.
Run all over for these puzzles, bro.
Entomb Emery is kind of cute, yes.
Man.
So, the Carnage thing, which is really funny. I don't even know how people make that weird Carnage text to begin with. But basically, when you have Carnage, when you have a Course of Portal out, you can choose Carnage if you're behind on board in the hopes that they like misclick it or do something like that. It's just so good. Yes, Swansea, exactly. Carnage.
Well, that was a waste of herbs.
Probably just taking Fire Ice. I think that's probably good. I could see taking Turnabout, but I like Fire Ice a lot.
Not a waste if I didn't know it didn't exist.
Here's my win condition.
Get up. Get up.
Underworld Breach Fire Ice. Lunch Supper Victory with 18 months. Yeah, I mean, we weren't in a position to
What
go
are you
all in
doing,
on Storm, though. I think
clown?
we might have a Storm finish.
Oh
We'll
my
see.
lord.
We'll see. Look, every now and then Magic Online throws me a bone. Every now and then, like extremely infrequently, but occasionally. Yeah. Garnet, I saw that. This deck probably has too many win conditions, yes. So what are we looking for here? We get a couple more picks. I guess Steam Vents is probably the answer. Because that also makes Arid Mesa into a blue. And now Arid Mesa is blue and black and red. Yeah, Steam Vents is good. Cursed Bugger, welcome back to the 3-month resub.
Alright.
Oh, Riftwing Pog. I mean, there's also a Demir Siggy. I don't know that I'm even an Underworld Breach combo deck. It doesn't really seem like that does too much. I could see playing Breach in the deck. I guess I have Emery and Jace to mill myself a little bit. I don't know.
I can't call it.
Yeah, Signet's probably good just because I have Emery and I have some kind of mana issues
so I
here.
have a card. I have a key card.
You can have multiple pieces of power in the same cube. I might actually take Control Magic here. I generally don't like this card, but I don't think I really want Golgari Signet. And then I don't really care too much about Fatal Push.
Those are a lot. It said Silver Crest. It said this
I have
is a Silver
Jace.
card.
No, I should just do Fatal Push.
Oh wait, this is a military installation, isn't it? The guy came out and said this is an installation or some shit. Watch this.
Yeah, I really don't like passing
Silver
Rift
Crest.
very
Oh yeah.
awesome.
What if I use the card?
I like Doretti in general.
Alright, well.
Greaves would really only be good with these two, so I don't. I guess it's good with Thief. It's good with 3 of our creatures.
The door.
There's Doretti. It's also Emrakul. Is this really an Emrakul deck? Godless Shrine is not fixing our. We've already enabled Arid Mesa enough. I mean, I think the Lotus Car.
Hey, I've been here before.
Just play the Scrublands.
Can I put some shit away?
Take Doretti. I like Doretti in general. Love me a Baleful Strix. Yes. What? Sheldock Wield? So did Time Warp? I was so happy when I saw Time Warp, but now there's a Sheldock. What's up, Yuko? Thanks for the year-long subscription, Yuko. Welcome.
Navy proof. Oh, I bet I have to use that for something. Hell yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, but
Navy.
I'm in.
The Navy on the fucking.
Ooh. Do I want Manamorphose? Does Manamorphose make this like
submarine
weird
Navy
breach
thing
work more?
Or take that.
I mean, there's also a Lava Claw Reaches, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be Manamorphosing here. Because Lava Claw would actually be okay in this deck. Yeah, I'm just
now we're cooking with gas, babe.
Yeah, all these cards wield. I guess I'm gonna take Murderous Rider here.
Right. No.
You know what? We might. You know what? We might actually be in the spot to take Nicol Bolas. You know what? I'm never even close to playing Nicol Bolas, so I'm just gonna take it now.
Picture of a submarine. Yeah, I know. I figured that.
I've never seen a Riftwing with so few cards in the pack because I always take the Riftwing.
Yeah.
But you know what? If it's gonna wheel, I'll take it too.
Wait a sec.
Oof.
402.
I mean, we didn't end up with like a busted Storm deck, but I think we just ended up with a busted Cube deck.
Fuck, do I get a lock pick? Whatever.
Also, Strix makes it so I'm pretty happy playing Emery in my deck.
We'll figure it out together.
Actually, this is going to be a kind of weird build.
Be gentle.
We probably have a few options. Let's see. So,
Let's go back to the submarine. Oh, there goes gravity. Wow.
It's going to be hard to not be blue-black. The question is, how much red do we want?
Back to the submarine.
Just Guy. The Just Guy guy. Welcome.
15 bullets? How many bullets?
Arid Mesa is a tri-land. These are duels.
Like 45.
Those don't really count. And this is a duel. MLS 22 with the 44-month resub. We'll come back.
That's fine.
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, I think I'm okay playing both Doretti. You know what? I think Zealous Conscripts is going to make it in.
Let me check.
So
let's. Let me check some real quick. See what this sounds like.
Yeah, I think I'm okay playing both Duretti. You know what? I think Zealous Conscripts is going to make it in.
Let me check.
So let's.
Let me check some real quick. See what this sounds like. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds.
I mean, we can turn to Bolus if we draw Lotus.
Stream's coming along.
Sure. Yeah, I don't really like Imperial Seal very much, even though I've got some powerful plays. I think I'd rather just cut the Imperial Seal. I kind of want to get the Underworld Breach in there. It feels like this is the kind of deck that could randomly just make use of Breach. Lazy Beast kind of like a 2-mana spell.
Back to the submarine. Wow.
It does mean we have to cut.
Wow.
No, I don't think we have to play LED if we play Breach. I think we just won't do that. I might just cut Fatal Push.
Don't condescend.
Because I've got a decent amount of creature interaction already. And I can play 16 land because I have like Probe and Lotus.
Sorry.
No, you don't cut Probe. We don't do that here. I would advise you not to cut Gitaxian Probe basically from any cube deck. Like a mono green deck, sure, maybe not play Probe, but like even then you probably should. Yeah, I'll probably have this replay go up on YouTube. Could cut Fire Ice and Bar. No, I really like all those cards a lot. But I guess I do have to cut something. Do I want to? Emery is good here, right? Emery getting back Baleful Strix. Also, Emery getting back Lotus is pretty strong. But I guess Emery getting back those two is just kind of not good. Let's just take Emery out. I know Emery combos with Breach, but I don't think that matters. Emery's not sick here. Like, Emery's okay. The Mill 4 is kind of interesting anyways. I mean, honestly, I could cut Nicol Bolas, but
that's too sure.
Playing 16 lands not out of the question, but I don't think I want to. I don't think I have a good reason. I mean, Emery LED is a combo of swords, but so right now Arab Mesa is going to be able to get. Let's see.
It's got a picture of a submarine.
Those two lands. Do I need any other like?
Know what that means.
Well, I guess let's see what I want to play. I kind of want to play like
better get my fucking gun.
1 red, 3 black. So I get to add 11. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue plus a signet. That should probably be enough. So that's kind of leaves you on 4 swamps, 5, 6, 7.
But is that
8.
killing my FPS?
Yeah, it's all
just
black. I just Nicol Bolas. Also my early drops like Strix and Thief are also black.
Oh shit.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources plus Lotus, and so kind of like 6 red sources. Also, all my red cards are kind of late game. Well, just the cube's going away tomorrow. I mean, I'll draft cube next time it comes back, but it's going away for a bit. The question now is, I think I actually might cut a swamp for a mountain.
Does it scroll really?
Just because.
Oh my god, maybe it's
I
just
think I want one more red, and
really
the black is disproportionate because of Bolas, but I have both Black Lotus and Coalition Relic and Shelldock to try to cheat that out. Genuine.
I don't see why a scroll would do that. Is my internet just shit and masturbation?
Recording a podcast in Aquaria Limited. Anything you want me to talk about? No, do your thing. I don't even know what I'm supposed to talk about on my podcast. I think that I think the companions will be cool for Vintage Cube. I don't think that I will want them to always be in, but having them in for like 2 cubes and then maybe out for a cube or whatever, all that. Jess Guy, thank you for the gifted tier 1 subs. The Jess Guy, I like that. That's a good name. Yeah, pretty much the Miz. I agree with that. Cute Fuzzy with the 42-month resub. Welcome back.
There's a fucking shit internet, bro.
No, Singularity.
I'm shutting it down.
It's also my